Welcome back to Houston Life. If your little ones love bubbles or you're looking for a fun show to entertain your whole family, we've got the event just for you.
Who doesn't love bubbles,
I know,
right?
you
This
gotta love
Saturday,
it.
Performing Arts Houston is bringing the Gazillion Bubble Show to H-Town. One of the show's stars, Bubble Master Deni Yang, is here with a sneak peek and a lesson on bubble making.
Oh, wow.
These are not just any bubbles. And Deni,
No.
truly incredible. You first made your television debut on live TV at 4 years old.
Doing bubbles.
Doing bubbles.
Doing bubbles, and you've made a career out of doing this around the world.
Yeah. So originally, my parents, they were mixed martial artists and jugglists, and then afterwards, they needed, because they wanted to bring me into the performing arts as well, so they kind of brought me in with bubbles, and that just evolved on its own. And when you're in an environment where there's a lot of that stuff, no one was really doing bubbles, and they see this 4-year-old kid like, oh, that's cute. And then it just kept going on with that, and now it just turns out into this entire, crazy spectacular. So it's kind of like a rock concert for families and kids.
It looks like
Right.
that.
So performing's really in your DNA, but bubbles just happens to be your art then.
Yeah, it's kind of like my craft. Like you master it after a lot of hours into it.
Yeah.
You hold 2 Guinness World Records. One for what, the largest bubble?
Yep, and the second one was for the most people inside of a bubble.
And how many is
181.
that? 181 people inside a bubble.
That was in 2017. Yeah, in Canada.
Oh my goodness. Did that take a lot of practice, or you gradually build up to that number?
Actually, it comes more into the preparation, because with bubbles and environments, there's a lot of chemistry and a little bit of physics you have to understand, because bubbles pop and they're very sensitive and fragile. So you have to consider electricity currents around the air.
Oh my
you have to consider air conditioning, temperature outside. If it's raining outside, fantastic. That's like a, slam dunk.
It's like some extra bubble juice for your bubbles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great. What is
Moisture.
the secret ingredient in your bubble solution? Anything
So
special?
I like to share it, so that way families at home can try it on their own with their their children as well. So the basic mixture that I usually work with, mine's a little bit more intricate, just because I needed to have more elasticity or have a little bit more lightness into there. But water, dishwashing liquid, baby shampoo, and glycerin.
Wow.
Baby shampoo is the ingredient that also helps with skin irritations, because everyone might have more sensitive skins, so that's why that's a good part to add into it.
Baby
So if it
shampoo?
pops on you, it's not going to be an issue then.
Correct, yeah.
We've seen some video of your show, and this is what families, just a little taste of what we can all expect to see this weekend at the show. You described it as like part rock concert, part bubble show.
Yeah, so the show actually has a lot of interactive segments, and that's part of the best part of the show for me, besides having all the bubbles everywhere, because at first I get to improv with kids that come on stage. They say the darnest things, they do whatever they want.
Unscripted,
Yeah,
of course,
exactly,
yes.
it's unscripted, and it gets really fun and hilarious too.
So speaking of demos,
Yep.
we know you've got all the equipment here.
Did you
So
want
what
to
else
try
you can do?
something too? I mean, I could start
Love
you
to.
off with what I started with.
The baby
Perfect,
version.
the baby one.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
we're,
give that a try.
qualified for this one.
Now, do I
I'll start
blow
with
it?
this. Yeah, go for it. I mean, see?
Bravo, Derek.
There we go. Not bad.
So in the show, we actually use a lot of special effects equipment as well. So this one is like a water-based, like a smoke, you'd say. And it's not dry ice, because dry ice would actually make the bubble sink more. So yeah.
Wow.
Look at that, a
That is
bubble
so
within a
cool.
bubble.
Yeah.
A smoky bubble.
Yeah. Well, this one's pretry
Wow.
simple.
so
Kind of play with
cool.
that a little bit.
That's so cool. I don't want to break
I don't
it.
want it to pop.
Come on.
So there's other ones. Where's the camera? Right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
so I
super
kind of like
cool.
line up the bubbles in the air, and I just kind of shoot it, and it kind of does like this split, and just kind of play with it. It gets lucky, but it looks pretty cool, and you get all the tension with the audiences everywhere.
That's great. So what happens if a bubble trick doesn't work for you? Because like you were saying, there's a lot of unpredictability with
Correct.
bubble making.
So either, depending on how far in the trick I'm in, I'll just repeat it again, so that way everyone can see like what's supposed to happen. If not, then I just move on with another one, because there's plenty of more tricks that I can do.
Yeah.
I try to keep within the time frame.
Oh, they're bubbles, right? Eventually they all pop.
Exactly. And I didn't even know if people would know there was an issue.
If you want, you can pop the top right there, so that way it kind of like does this suction thing, and it,
Ooh.
Wow.
That is so neat. There's physics lesson right there for you.
yeah. And then I do things with my hands. Gotta put it over here. Here.
Are you kidding me?
That is so cool.
That is super cool.
So
that's
now you guys
something
are short on
people can try
time,
at
so
home.
if you
Yeah.
want, I could put like maybe one of you in a bubble.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, of course. And just a
Okay.
reminder, Performing Arts Houston presents Gazillion Bubble
have
Show
you stand right here,
this
too.
Saturday. That's the 28th at Jones Hall. Tickets start at only $29.
Nice knowing
and
you,
we have,
Catherine.
I know, right? Here we
You're
go.
gonna smell
Fingers
good
crossed.
anyways.
Ooh.
So yeah, there you go.
That is so awesome. We have a link seen on Houston Life section of our website, houstonlife.tv. Wow.
Deni Yang, that is
so
super
cool, Deni.
cool.
Thank
and
you.
How cool you've built
There
a
you go.
career on bubbles. Go
These are
check
the
out the
simple
show this weekend. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Deni, that's so cool.
I love
Yeah,
that.
no worries.